Good evening, and thank you once again for tuning in to Bayloric TV. You know who we're interviewing next? It's the former heavyweight champion of the world, Chris Byrd. Chris, how are you?
Doing good. Doing really good.
Okay, Chris, for those people who might not know who you are, please give us the rundown of your record and who you are.
Oh, that was funny.
I know, Chris.
You put me on the spot.
Listen, Chris, there's some people that all they know is Mayweather and Pacquiao, so we're doing it for those people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Former two-time heavyweight champion. Finished my career 41-5 with one draw. And, of course, amateur Olympic silver medalist 1992. So I had a pretty good run. It was, an interesting career. Fought all the big guys at heavyweight, or not. I wouldn't say I fought all the big guys. I wanted to fight all the big guys, every major heavyweight, but I got a chance to fight Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko. That's for me, and Evander Holyfield, but for me, the Klitschko brothers in this era, are dominant, and getting the chance to fight both of them was a blessing, in your era, fighting the best.
Obviously, you didn't get to fight Lennox Lewis. That was something we discussed before.
Yeah, I wish, because my whole thing was fight the legends, the best of the era. I mean, I didn't care. I would have took short money. I didn't care. I just wanted to fight the best. That's how I was raised. Fight the best. Constantly fight the best. If you get beat, you get beat. I mean, it's just part of the sport. He's better than you. I was a little guy in the heavyweight division, considered a non-puncher, but most avoided in my era. And why? Because of a skill set. So I just wanted to fight everybody. And I respect Lennox Lewis like crazy, great champion. I just wanted to fight him to see what we have instead of the speculation, he would have killed you. Or Chris Byrd, he would have gave Lennox Lewis problems. No. Forget all the talk. If we have a chance to fight, let's fight. Let's prove this. It's like Manny and Floyd. Squash all the little beef, whatever was happening. Make the fight. Let's give the fans a great fight so the speculation will be gone. Everybody will know, okay, Manny beat him because of this. He did better, or Floyd beat him, and we've seen it. That's how I view boxing. Fight the best.
Did Lennox ever give you an explanation? Did you ever corner him at any time? Say, how come you never fought me?
No. I let it go. At that time in my career, I felt I would beat any heavyweight. After I beat David Tua, I was on such a high. I was like, I beat any heavyweight in any era. I don't care. I am the one. I'm going to beat everybody.
Surely.
So that's how I felt.
You also were the first man to, I think, Vitaly Klitschko fought you, did he not?
Yeah.
And you were the man to beat Vitaly Klitschko, right?
Yeah, me and Lennox Lewis. Yeah, both the same way. Lennox beat him due to cut, and for me, it was a shoulder injury, and, saying it's shoulder injury, but, I got to take the man at his word. I got the win, so it was good. It threw me into the Klitschko battles as far as fighting Vladimir twice and just being in Germany and big fights. So it was good. And I respect, Vitaly a lot.
Yeah.
Because he picked me. He was going to fight Razor Ruddock on HBO on his debut on HBO. And he was like, I'll fight Chris Byrd. Nobody was willing to fight me. And he was willing to fight me. And that was after I lost to Ike.
Wow.
I had lost to Ike at that time, and none of the major heavyweights wanted to fight me. It was the hardest time trying to, get fights.
Wow.
Get fights against the top guys. Nobody wanted to take that chance. So,
how do you think that fight would have gone between Razor Ruddock and Vitaly Klitschko?
What's that? I didn't hear you.
How do you think that fight would have gone between Vitaly and Ruddock?
No, he got it. It wouldn't have gone long like that. I'm all about matchup. That's a hard matchup. I mean, especially, Razor is used to, keeping guys at bay and can punch and normal size heavyweights. And when you go against an abnormal size heavyweight, you got to adjust your whole game plan. It's
Absolutely.
not that easy. You rarely see in the heavyweight division where the little guys dominating any big guys now. It's like Chisora Fury.
Yep.
It's like Fury versus everybody. I mean, Fury is not like great. I'm not gonna just dismiss him as he can't fight. He can fight, but he's not a great big man. But he's a hard challenge to any small guy.
Right.
Just because of the size. Just because of the size alone. And now you got to fight the size. You got to fight the punching power, the range. You got to fight all that. So it's a hard matchup. That's why the heavyweight division is so unique, because you got these different sizes, and you like, man, this is hard. This is a hard matchup.
So what would you have said about Mike Tyson, who loved the tall guys?
He loved tall guys. Who?
Tyson.
Everybody was tall. No, but who is really super tall? He had trouble with Tony Tucker. Tony Tucker broke his head in the second round. Tyson beat him over 15. But who is really tall when you think about it? You're talking about...
Mitch Green was pretty tall. I think he was 6'5", wasn't he?
6'4", but it's Mitch Green. Give me a great big guy he fought and beat. So when you go to Tyson, you're like, okay, they talk about boxing in a weak era. Well, who did Tyson really beat? What's his biggest win? Michael Spink, a light heavyweight.
Like Larry Holmes, maybe.
But Larry Holmes how old was he?
That's true.
That was way past the era.
Chris, you're gonna get a lot of haters. I hope you know that. You're gonna get a lot of haters after this interview.
No. The thing is, I'm just being real. You could talk to all my boxing friends and amateur.
Yeah.
Who's my favorite fighter? Mike Tyson. I love Tyson. I was 11 years old seeing Mike Tyson in the Junior Olympics fight a guy from my gym. I love Mike, and Mike could break down bigger guys and break them down. But when they talk about eras and boxing and who was in the era, why is my era and this era now getting discredit? Why is what Vladimir Klitschko is doing, he's getting no credit for? But he's fighting the similar guys Mike fight, but he had a longer reign. But he get criticized. So I'm just being real about the whole scenario. Mike
Absolutely.
was the greatest asset to boxing in my generation. I mean, she made boxing crazy, and he got talent. But going against the bigger guys, it's hard when you go against somebody that can really fight. It can have a great style, 6'7", 6'8". It's a different matchup now. Now you're going against a great big man. It's like Tyson Lewis going against that great big man at the time. It's been a hard matchup for Tyson in his prime. Everybody said, "Oh, he would have mauled him." That's debatable. And I love Mike. I love boxing. I'm not going to criticize none of these guys. I don't criticize Mike. He did so much for boxing and drew interest for the world to see. He had that Muhammad Ali, type of draw and the figure of boxing. So I'm not dismissing Mike at all. So if anybody take it like that, I'm not hating on him. Love Mike.
Yeah, because I know that boxing fans hear just a snippet of what you say and can what they're like, Chris. I mean, I'd have to tell you, they hear a snippet of what you say and they say, "Oh, he's a Mike Tyson hater."
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yeah, they take it. I'm just putting, I'm just being real about certain situations because, man, this is my sport, and I see how, boxing. I know the behind the scenes of how boxing is and making matches and who to fight and who you avoid and why and this and that. It's part of the sport, but a lot of times I shoot it, just being real.
While we're talking while we're on the subject of Mike Tyson, What would you think of a Mike Tyson comeback at 48 years old?
No. All right. Or what's the purpose of him coming back? As far as meaning, what is he trying to win? Is he trying to win the heavyweight title again?
Yes. Don King has mentioned if Stiverne wins, he'd like to bring Mike out of retirement and Mike versus Stiverne.
I'll go with a whole nother can of worms, open another can of worms. Everybody want to pick on the weakest link. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Stiverne win. He do hold a portion of the heavyweight title, which is great. Why pick out Stiverne? Why don't you go for Vladimir Klitschko? And to answer your question, it would be crazy for Mike to do it if Mike, at the end of his career, are losing to Julius. Who he lose to?
Danny Williams and Kevin McBride.
Danny Williams and Kevin McBride. And now you're going to come back years after? Why? I mean, the sport, and I know it's, hundreds of millions of dollars involved. Okay, I see that. But Mike, and we all know, this sport is dangerous. And people that, never fought don't look at it the same way. Even boxers don't look at it when they're in their peak of boxing the same as you look at it now that I'm retired. I'm like, man, this was dangerous. I mean, I have certain injuries that's just lingering with me from when I was boxing. They said, man, you didn't get hit that much. But I got hit a lot in sparring. I got hit more than you think. So, it'd be a dangerous thing for Mike to come back. I know the money probably is great, but man, to be out so long and to be at his age, I don't see it.
I know I know it sounds crazy, but remember, it was the same Don King that when Mike Tyson was champion pulled Larry Holmes out, and we saw Larry Holmes, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, but how old was Larry Holmes?
How old was
38? What is he, 38?
I don't know how old he was. I ain't got a clue.
I don't even think he was 40 yet.
But he was old. So all I know, he was old.
Yeah. Yeah, he was old. He was older.
Yeah.
Now
older.
Mike Tyson is old. that's like it is. But hey, in the same boat, I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm old.
But
pull press out.
But
I'm
Chris,
old.
you know how this fight will be sold? On the Mike Tyson punching power. If he just lands one, it could be all over.
Yeah.
How it gets sold.
Right.
Come on.
And it will sell. It's Mike Tyson. Why wouldn't it sell? That's Mike. Mike can do anything. It's going to sell.
Exactly. And Chris, can you imagine MGM Grand, for example, Stiverne's, make his entrance ring, but it's Mike Tyson's entrance. He's got that. I know, it's just spine tingling, but yet that Mike's finished as a fighter.
Yeah. See, I personally as knowing you guys and knowing how brutal the sport is, I wouldn't even watch it for me personally. I literally get sad. That saddens me. If he did, I mean, I'm happy. I would be happy for him. You make the kind of money you can make, because Mike Tyson can draw more money than anybody fighting right now.
Exactly.
He could draw whatever, but now you got to fight. But the thing is, not only fight, you got to go through a training camp. See, people forget it. People don't know about the training camp part. That's grueling. You getting those. Hey, camp is hard when you got sparring. They're trying to prove something too. If you bring certain guys in, hey, some guys can fight. You at the highest level, you bring in guys that can fight a little bit. So they got to prove. You get hit on three, four times a week for 6, 7 weeks. So it's not pretty. I mean, it's hard on the body, and especially at Mike's age. So he got to go through a full camp.
So people do some funny things for money.
Yeah, hey, the money. Hey, at the end of it, you're like, hey, it would be well worth it.
Yeah, that money. Yeah.
To that kind of money, but I just wouldn't want to see him get hurt.
Absolutely.
Being so at the age and then being off so long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay, let's move on. Obviously, we have a fight that has been signed and a fight that is going to happen, and there just has been a press conference between Deontay Wilder and Bermane Stiverne. How do you see this fight, Chris?
I mean, it's a great matchup. as far as, the buildup of really unknown. Because with Deontay Wilder, of course, he got all the knockouts, and the unknown is, how is he gonna take it when he really get hit, when he fights somebody that's, actually, worthy of fighting in people's opinion. And even on Stiverne side, he got 2 wins over Chris Arreola. But really, outside of that, he almost in the same boat as Deontay. Who has he really fought? In this era. So the matchup is interesting, and I think it's going to draw a lot of people because you put a heavyweight title with it. Oh man, and it's great for boxing. The matchup with a shorter guy with this tall new era heavyweight is difficult for both. If Deontay Wilder, if he tends to lay in this fight, he'll get touched. It seemed like Stiverne is more of a boxer, uses his jab good and set up his right hand. But now he's fighting somebody that's tall, which is not easy to land the jab like you want to, or land the right hand. Now you got to reach it. Now you got to go up there and get it. Now that puts you in a situation where you lunging and can you counter. So what I want to see in a fight, if it boils down to, will Stiverne put pressure on him, make this man fight, make it a shorter guy coming right at you, make it a dog fight, and will Deontay Wilder sit back and outbox and use his height and reach? And the thing about it, he could punch too. So, I don't pick fights. I like to break them down, give people make them think, okay, that could happen, or that could happen. So, that's how I look at it. I know it's going to be, the type of fight that could either be short because both of them can punch really good. And I always look at the shorter guy as, especially when you're, you got 3 or 4 or 5 inch, height difference. How are you going to get inside? What's your method of trying to, put some pressure on to make a guy open up, throw, and counter and catch him as you're going forward? And on the flip side, with Deontay, is he going to just use that reach? And if he can use his legs and his reach enough to create more space so he can get his punches off, his right hand especially, and setting up with his jab and then trying to set that right hand up. So that's the chess match in the fight. And I know the corners, they got to play a major role in the preparation of this fight because of the 2 different, the styles. So I know it sounds like to me that Stiverne, how he just talk, he's passionate. He got a little anger in him, which is great. That means he want to come and destroy something. He has that going for him. And now Deontay Wilder feel, and talking to him, myself personally, that nobody could beat him right now. He's on top of the world. So it makes for just a great matchup.
Okay. What about the question marks? The question marks have been asked. Some people say Stiverne is too small, and others say Wilder, his chin is questionable.
Chin, but you got to hit the chin.
That's true. But Harold Sconia's hit the chin.
What's that?
Harold Sconia's hit the chin. Jason Gavin got through, and
Jason Gavin knocked him down?
No, Jason Gavin got through. He hit him, and Harold Sconia's dropped him. Yeah.
Hey, it's part of boxing. So, it's funny when they talk about, power. Mm-hmm. Guys can punch. You can hit it with the right person. It doesn't matter if the guy is considered a puncher, or especially with heavyweights, considered a puncher or not. Everybody punch. I mean, you see guys getting wobbled. Everybody can tell you in this sport that they've been rocked by somebody with 5 or 6 knockouts and with 20 wins. It's the weirdest thing. But hey, he hurt me. So stuff happens. And for Deontay, let's see if he corrected. And for Stiverne, let's see if he can get up there and hit that chin. If he know that, let's go for it. But the thing is, how are you going to do it? How are you going to set it up for both? That's what I look at with these guys. You know, just the styles and the matchup and how they adjust to whatever's happening with both guys. So it's going to be an interesting fight, man.
Let me ask you another way of answering this question. How would Chris Byrd fight both fighters? Stiverne first.
I'm not fighting them.
How would you fight them?
I'm not gonna try to fight them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I haven't thought about fighting heavyweights. I look at all these guys like, man, Stiverne can box. Like for me, he got a good jab. He cracked me with that right hand. He'd probably take me out. I look at Wilder like, how am I gonna get to him with that strength and that size? And I'm not a pressure guy, but I can make you miss. But over 12 rounds, both those guys, man, it's just a tough fight. It's a tough matchup for me. So I'm giving both their props. They can fight. They're at this level where we got one champion that's I can hear it in his voice and in his heart that man can't beat me. So he's hard to beat, and you got a guy that everybody think is unproven, willing to prove that he's worthy of the title. So that makes for the best fight on the planet. Great for boxing, That's how I look at it, man.
Okay. Let me ask you the question another way. If you were the coach, of Bermain Stiverne, what would you tell Bermain to do against Wilder?
Bermain to do?
Yeah.
What we will work on. I mean, for me personally,
yes,
that's not my fighter. I'm not saying this is just me personally. Not taking another away from his coach.
No.
But hey, I'm a thinker. I know you got a good right hand. So how does he set up his right hand? Is it with the jab? Yeah. He hit you and boom, that thing coming. So let's disrupt the jab. So he don't set up the right hand. So I have my guy put pressure on him, trying to, of course, stay away from the right hand. That's the rule in boxing. But sometimes I'll tell my guy to dare him without going to his right hand. Make him throw it. So if you counter it, you start countering it and making him miss and offset it, he'll stop throwing it. So I have my guy going forward, and I have to change his whole mindset going forward and trying to make him fight in these trenches so he can settle down to make it a boxing match and make him give up his height as I'm going forward to try to break him down. That's it. It's so many. See, it's hard to, just watch because the court in the course of a fight, styles start changing. You start doing different stuff because, man, I didn't expect this from this opponent. And of course on Deontay Wilder's side, if I was training him, hey, I'm a back foot guy. You 6'7", you're not getting hit. You fighting shorter guys, that should be a rule for him. I'm not getting hit with nothing. I'm a central with my jab, use my legs to create space, make you walk right into my right hand because you got to come forward. That would be a game plan. As soon as he come there, I have my pivot, spinning, turning, touching, and just keep short jabs in his face so I can land my punches. But it seems simple, but like I said, during the course of the fight, stuff changed. And, stuff happens. You don't keep your hands up. You get hit with certain stuff. Stuff happens. But just watching it face value, that's what I'll be doing. That's what I'll be working on before we before we go to the fight. And of course, I have my guys sit back and box too, meaning Stiverne, and try to set him up that way. But looking at it, both fighters, it's harder. It's gonna be hard for a shorter guy to sit back and box this tall guy. I was just with, like I said, I was with him a few months ago, talking to Deontay Wilder. I'm like, man, look how tall. I said, look how tall you are. I mean, I know you know how tall you are, but you are really tall. I said, I was two-time champ, and I'm looking at you like, man, I mean, you are, he's very tall, so you know, it's a style matchup, and you got, for Bermain, and this is my opinion, you got to go get it. Go get it. Keep, and it's not go get the belt. Make that man fight.
Okay.
If you
Fine.
fight, put him in a situation that he's never been in. As if you're, because you're the champ, you feel you got more experience because you're the champ and you fought better opposition. So put him in situations where he's never been in. Take him into that kind of deep water where he's never been. Show him something in the ring that he really never seen from the champ to prove your point that you are legitimately the champ. You can break because you beat Deontay Wilder, you got everybody's attention. Everybody in the division. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Everybody's like, whoa, he just beat this big guy that can punch like a mule kick and broke him down. He made a statement right there.
Can you work out for me? Well, this was the story. I don't know how true it is. Deontay Wilder is making $1 million for this fight. The champion of the world is making $910,000.
Wow.
Can you work that one out for me?
Hey, he got a great manager. I just put it like that.
Okay.
That's a shame. It's a shame.
That's not right.
No, it's not. It's a shame. And where is the behind the scene money? Because I know boxing. I know how stuff get negotiated. I know. So he's making less than the challenge. Come on, man. That's a joke.
That can't be right.
It's a joke. It's a joke. If it's right, if that's true, which it probably is, it's a joke. So he not only has a great manager and a great promoter.
Wow.
I know that much because they're giving him his due. Because neither one, nobody don't know who they are. It's not like one is drawing more to the table than the other. They're not like really popular guys. So the champion has the right to make what he deserved over the challenger. I'm the champion. I was, it's kind of embarrassing that, to actually, I mean, it's good payday. I ain't gonna take that away. Hey, you're making a great living, but at the same time, you win the title. I'm champion. As champion, I deserve to be paid more than
the challenger.
My challenger. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's publicly put out there. So I don't know what's behind the table, but publicly it's not right.
That's not right. How would you feel if it happened to you, Chris?
Oh man, I already got disrespected in my career.
Right.
When Jay Tony fought, he fought main event on a Showtime card, a 10-rounder, and I was champion. So, and it's funny. We're it was disrespecting, but I was going through something with one of the promoters. I ain't gonna name who, and that's how he treats. That's how he treated me. So, hey, what could I say? Could do nothing. I didn't want to fight, but I had to. Like my wife said, just win. It don't matter. Just win the fight and let this one go.
Wow.
So, and I took short money, and I was co-main event, being heavyweight champion with a guy fighting a 10-round. What? That's not even heard of. But hey, sometimes you gotta humble yourself and be like, okay, I'll let instead of going through all the mess, you still gotta fight.
Yeah.
And you can't worry about it. At the end of the day, you gotta fight. And like for Bermain, it's kind of disrespectful. Well, it is disrespectful, but it is what it is. Keep that belt. That's the main thing.
Absolutely. Chris Byrd, thank you so much for talking to Bayloric TV.
Oh, you know it. It's been great. I mean, it's always good. Baylor TV is the spot, man. Everybody, they're talking about it, man. You're about to be global. Global. It's good stuff, though. Good
Thank you so much, champ. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Take care, champ.
No problem.
All the best.
Yep, thanks. Bye.